rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes. And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, credit, finance, health, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, where our goal is to educate, entertain, enlighten, and engage in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, I want you to pull out your smartphone and save our Consumer Advocate hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894. Call or text that line with any of the information that you hear today, any offers you might want to take us up on. And we also want you to bookmark realestateradiotampa.com. That's our website, blog site, a plethora of information there. You can see listings from Platinum MVP Realty, as well as click on the Expert Contributors tab, and you can see links to all of our expert contributors. We have an announcement card with their website and phone number there on the site. Also, if you're in front of a computer, maybe on your smartphone listening, you can pull up our streaming television show on WeBeam TV or from our website as well. Just click on the live stream link there. And Intelligent Talk Radio and some intelligent folks here in studio. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder, if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help make you more street smart and help you avoid commission-based advice out there in the community. So we're going to go around the horn and make our introductions. First up is going to be Michael Vogt. He's an expert massage therapist here in Tampa Bay. Welcome back in, Michael.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you having me. Wanted to talk to you today about opposite muscles and how that relates to massage.
Awesome. I love that. And also part two of my health team in studio here, Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul, where I'll hit you with the flavor. That's his tagline. I love it.
Oh, yes. My name is Ray Milton, and today we're going to talk about things for you to help with your moods and everything when you're feeling down.
Excellent. So help the moods.
Yeah,
love
foods and everything. And also we're going to work with him on things about foods you can eat for your muscles.
Excellent. To fortify the body. What else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? It's so important to focus on ways that you can help get through this journey. We only have one body for this thing they call life, and we got to take care of it. So also my co-host here in studio, Curt Lorden. He's a branch manager over at Interlinc Mortgage, not Interfirst. That's an old lender we had, but Interlinc Mortgage, local mortgage lender here in Tampa Bay. Welcome back in, sir.
Yeah, I go to town for a week and go to Alabama, and you forget where I work.
Had a good vacation, huh?
Yeah, we went fishing, but really all we did was a bunch of casting because we didn't catch any fish. But it was a nice 4-day weekend up in I think Lake Martin up in Alabama.
Beautiful, yeah, beautiful country over there, right?
Oh, it was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely. I was on the boat yesterday doing a little bit of a vacation week and came back in. I'm staying at the Don Cesar this week, and we're down there just out on the boat enjoying that water out there, the beautiful Gulf of Mexico. I'm looking back at I'm just thinking, man, how lucky, how blessed are we to be living here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right, so let's go ahead and mix it up here. Let's go ahead and get into the conversation. We've got Michael Vogt. He's a longtime friend of the program, expert contributor on the show, and expert massage therapist here in Tampa Bay. He's located over on Gun Highway, 3750 Gun Highway, suite number 106 in Tampa. And what say you, sir?
Well, I wanted to talk to you today about opposite muscles.
Okay.
Lots of times when we get massage, what do we generally do? We lay down on our bellies and we say, oh, my back is killing me. Please work on my back.
Yeah.
We want to be able to work on the back, but I find that the back is the symptom.
Right.
The front is the cause.
Right.
So I like to be able to talk to people about neck and shoulder problems.
Yep.
You think about your neck and your shoulders, you always think, oh, that muscle in between my shoulder blades is killing me. Yeah. That muscle right up at the top of my neck is going back to the back of my head. It feels like it's in a knot.
Yeah.
and it is.
But the reason
the reason for that is that the muscle in the front of your chest, where we sit in front of our computers all day and we're typing, or we're driving in our cars, or we're doing any of the things that we do all day long, most of the time, our arms are in front of us. What does that do? That causes the muscles in our chest, our pectoralis major, our pectoralis minor, to be overly contracted. It's contracted all day long. So when the muscles in the front are overly contracted, it makes the muscles in the back be overly lengthened. And when they're overly lengthened, that's when they scream, "Help me, I'm hurting." And you want to help them. And you want to be able to work on them to be able to make them feel better. But the key to really making them feel better is to fix the cause in the first place. The cause in the first place is overly contracted muscles in the front. It's much like healthcare today, where we treat the symptoms. We give somebody a pill to be able to relieve whatever it is the symptom is, instead of fixing the cause. That's the beautiful thing about working with Ray today. He's going to teach us how to be able to eat properly so that our body doesn't break down in the first place.
That's right. Yeah, it's all about fueling the machine, putting the machine to work and properly, putting in the right nutrients. And so many people I look at it, even in the United States, the wealthiest country in the world, are malnutrition. There's malnutrition going on in the world, and it might be from bad habits or just ease of use, pulling into the fast food joint, ease of use and things like that. But, the malnutrition side, I think, is what affects. And and on a personal note, we lost a friend of a friend. Their daughter died from cancer. I mean, I've seen it happen. We've got multiple people now that we know that are affected. I'm sure you listening out there, of people that are affected. So the health side, I love having the health team in here. So let's bring Ray into the conversation. Ray, how important is things that you're putting in your body in terms of food? How important is that?
It's very important. It's like putting bad gas in a car. If you don't put the proper gas in a car or the proper oil, your body's not going to function the way it's supposed to. When we eat things like have all kinds of chemicals or processed and everything like that, it's going to cause our body not to work properly and work at a maximum. We won't get the maximum capacity that we want to get out the body and stuff like that. So what we need to do is, if we eat healthier and everything like that, we will enjoy life better, and also too, we will be able to be more alert. We'll be able to be more physical and get out and do things, because we don't eat properly, the muscles cannot flourish, and that's where he come in at. He knocks all this stuff out.
Absolutely, Ray. I find people every day. I do trigger point work. Trigger point work is where you're trying to release those knots, that big nasty thing in the back of your muscle that's being able to make that symptom cause. What a trigger point is an area where a muscle is not releasing the toxins from the body properly. I always tell people to think of the muscle cells as a room with two doors. The front door is connected to the artery. That's the fresh blood, the blood that comes from the stomach and from the lungs, that has the fuel in it. The muscle cell is basically nothing more than a big furnace to be able to burn up that fuel. The muscle cell also has a back door. That back door is connected to the vein. The vein is the sewer system for the body. It's where all the bad things, the toxins, are going to be put into the blood in the vein to be delivered to the liver, the kidney, and the bowel to be removed from the body. If you have healthy ingredients going into your body, into the muscle cell, it has less of a chance of being locked into that muscle cell and then causing a trigger point, which is then what helps to cause part of that pain.
I want to remind you, you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's expert massage therapist here, Michael Vogt, in studio, as well as Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul. You can find him on Facebook, Ray's Vegan Soul, as well as Michael Vogt here with Back in Health Massage. You can find him as well on Facebook as well. But we're having an intelligent conversation around your health. What else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? And it's important. And I think, Michael, you're right on point there. When a lot of times, you see people sitting or even walking, they're going to be slouching a little bit, because it's just natural to let our abdomen go, and then our back slouches. So it's so important to keep the abs in, keep the core tight, and have that proper posture alignment throughout the day.
Absolutely. We want to be able to bring our shoulders back. We want to be able to just lengthen our body out as much as we can throughout the whole day. Naturally, the three things that cause neck and shoulder, hip and leg and back pain are repetitive motion, number one, the effects of gravity on the body, number two, and stress, number three. But it's always those three things in that order. So the more that we're slouched over, the more that we tend to have weight in our belly. We don't have that proper food. We're gaining weight. That's causing the effects of gravity on our body.
Yep.
Most men have low back problems. Why is that? We carry our extra weight in our belly.
Yep.
What's the closest joint to our belly? Our back.
Yeah.
So when we have that extra weight, we're bending forward. We're always in a contracted position.
Yep.
We want to be able to lessen that belly, eat the proper food so we can stay in a little better shape. Then we want to be able to work on those muscles in the front so that they're able to lengthen and go into a state of neutrality, which then allows the muscles in the back to shorten so that they're not hurting.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's come into the next segment. We're going to talk about the extended effect of that as a long term if you don't correct it, as well as more from Ray Milton here, Ray's Vegan Soul, and we're going to get Curt Lorden involved as well in the conversation. And we remind our listeners out there we're having a gratitude party, extending that attitude of gratitude on the 21st. You're invited to come out to our party over at Hula Bay. It's going to be a pool party that we're having at Hula Bay, 12 noon on Saturday the 21st down at Hula Bay. So come out and check us out. Stay with us. The best is yet to come. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show and realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Brandon Rhymes, your host for the Real Estate Quarterback Show. I'm also the owner of Platinum MVP Realty. and I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, Tampa Bay Business Journal, multiple times recognized for innovations with marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. And by the way, we're in a lack of inventory market right now. If you are a home seller out there and you're on the fence about potentially selling, or you just want to know what the value is of your home, shoot us a call or a text over to our hotline at 813-917-1894. Call or text our hotline, 917-1894. And, find out. We'll let you know what's happening in the marketplace. We'll let you know kind of where we see mortgage rates going, things happening with the property value. If you have a particular property you want us to check the value on, we can do that for you. But, yeah, Curt, we're in a severe lack of inventory market right now.
We are. Actually, I spent the vast majority of today with one of my real estate agents canvassing all of Riverside Heights. I think we passed out 250 door hangers to promote additional listings and just kind of get that, get the word out that now is the time to list your home, buy new homes, and or refinance based on where rates are.
I love it. Yeah, so just going around and doing the old school door knocking, huh?
Hey, sometimes you got to go old school.
I've been doing that old school. I'm looking for a home in Forest Hills. I've been driving around in the neighborhood for 3 months. There's nothing available.
Nope.
And if there is something available, they want a ridiculous price for it, and they're telling me it's an old home that should be knocked down.
Right.
Yeah, we've talked about that over the weeks there. Yeah, that's if you just joined us, that's Michael Vogt, expert massage therapist. We're in studio as well. Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul, where he will hit you with the flavor. He's got some awesome food here. Why don't you hold that up to the camera too, Ray? Let's take a look at that and look.
This right here is the red coconut curry chickpeas.
Yeah, and angle it a little bit. There you go.
There you go.
And you're not getting the full effect because you can't smell it. It's so good.
Also, we got the scallop potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's vegan. And also, too, we have the sweet potatoes and we have some string beans.
Love it.
And a basmati rice.
So good. I feel so blessed to have great partners of the show and friends and folks helping us with the show and coming in and bringing us awesome food each week and helping take care of their body. Curt, we had some listeners tune in, hit us up on social media too about the leaky gut and things happening.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, since we started this health team, I've actually gone from 237 down to 216. So, and
fantastic.
Yeah,
nice.
keep on rocking and rolling. But yeah, I mean, so you hear this all the time about leaky gut and this, that, and the other. What can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, leaky gut come from processed sugar and processed flour, and what it does is it goes in your small intestine, large intestine, and it start poking holes in your gut. And what happened is toxins start leaking through your gut. Mm-hmm. And then next thing you know, you start to get this thing called a spare tire, as they call it. And
that's where I got it from.
Spare tire, and it's not the one if you're broke down on the road.
Exactly.
Oh, no, like last week.
So, and that happens a lot too, where you see, and the main ones are the sugars, the refined sugars, the white bread, the white pastas. They're enriched and bleached flours and things like that. Stay away from those things. Mm-hmm. And go ahead.
And remember, 70% of your immune system is in the gut.
Right. That's very important. You talk about doing cleanses from time to time, and you're able to clear some of that system out, clear the bowels, and then your absorption rate of the food that you actually are bringing in actually absorbs in better.
Yeah, absolutely. He could tell. Michael could tell you a little bit about it.
I run into that same aspect when I talk about anterior muscle work and massage. One of the things that people are always very, very hesitant to have done is to have their abdomen massaged. When you work on the abdomen, where people are having that leaky gut syndrome, they're putting the wrong foods into their bodies, it's going into their intestines. When you work the abdominal area, you work in a counterclockwise motion so that you're able to work with the natural flow of the intestines.
Interesting.
When you're doing that, it's forcing that food, that extra sugars that's poking holes into your gut, to be passed along so that it can then be eliminated from your system.
Right.
Lots of people don't want to have that type of work done.
Yeah.
But it's something that if people could get past that,
right,
that self-consciousness generally,
exactly,
that they don't want to have people touch their belly or they don't want to have people look at their bellies. I tell people it's a lot like there's a great commercial out there right now where there's talking to your doctor about your poo. Your doctor's seen it and heard it all before. I think that about bellies. I've seen a million bellies. No belly is ugly or bad. All we're trying to do is make you healthy so that you can be able to be the best you can be.
Yeah, I love
Whether
it.
Whether it's eating right or having the proper care for your body through the proper systems.
Especially, I see it with children. I've got a young daughter, and so I'm trying to be that good influence, and I'm trying to say, and at the same time, she orders sweet tea. Okay, get some sweet tea, have a little candy here and there. But really in the back of my mind, I know how bad it is, Ray. I mean, sugar is just.
You can give them other things. Like I make the date bars.
She loves those, by the
way.
way.
Oh yeah. So the date bars, and you roll it in coconut, and you put some almond butter on it, and then you get some walnuts. That will help your sweet craving. I have people that I do meals for. They say, I thank you all the time for making those because they help their sweet craving.
Yep.
Sometime like tomorrow, I'm gonna do I do a gluten-free blueberry scone. When I had a bakery called Sugar Ace Bakery, that was my number one selling thing.
Nice. Was
the blueberry scone. I didn't think that would happen. So what I did, I made it more health conscious now.
Nice.
And I always use fresh blueberries and everything like that. So I can make little desserts like that where it's not as bad as eating processed.
And what is that? You said a blueberry
scone.
I'm not familiar with that word.
The scone in England. Okay. That's where they have the scones.
Okay.
And so the blueberry scone is like a biscuit.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
See, I'm a Southern boy. I know biscuit. I don't know scone.
I make those too as well.
It's an English biscuit.
Have you ever went to tea with someone?
To tea?
Usually scones are tasteless, dry biscuits that taste like something
I bring
you give to your dog.
the flavor with it.
Exactly. That's what you want to have.
It is dry.
So they taste like something.
Ray's gonna hit you with the flavor on that. Yeah, absolutely. So there's healthy alternatives and other options, and a lot of times when I go into the store, I'll get those squeezable pouches that are organics, and then the peas and the carrots and the they'll mix it with a fruit, a pear or an apple, so it tastes decent, and I'll basically beg my daughter to squeeze it into to get it in your system. I mean, because you got to have these nutrients, and I think it's one of the most overlooked things in the United States of America is the what the kids are putting into their body.
Absolutely.
And even not to pick a fight or get into a political thing here with the school systems, but when I see some of the school systems food and the things that they're giving the kids, and then she's asking for extra tomatoes. Oh no, we can only give you 2 little. It's the one thing she likes is tomatoes. Give her some extra tomatoes.
Yes,
you know what I
mean?
mean.
It's good
the kids
for her.
asking for tomatoes.
Yes,
on the school lunch. So
absolutely. When I was in school, I always ate a lot of salads and everything.
Yep.
But when I got out of school, I was boxing as well and playing football and all these things. But when I got away from sports for a while.
Yep.
I developed a bad eating habit.
Yeah.
Like Burger King and all these different things like that.
Yep.
And I put on a lot of weight, and I got to 330 pounds.
Wow.
But what changed my life was when I was diagnosed as a diabetic, type 2. Yep. And my blood sugar was 607 one night.
Wow.
And I didn't know I was a diabetic. And I'm driving around, my vision was blurred. And finally I went to, this one lady told me, you need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. And come to find out I was a type 2 diabetic. And when they kept sticking me and waking me up and all that kind of stuff, that was a realization is I got to change what I'm doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Sometimes, it takes that catastrophic event sometimes for us to get off of, I talked about on yesterday's show, a lot of people are stranded on someday I'll. Someday I'll do this. Someday I'll make the train. Someday
I got to use that. I love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens. But it takes that catastrophic event a lot of times to put them over the edge. Like Tony Robbins said, my mentor, and I've been to his business mastery course in the Mali Fiji. It says, we've got to make it a must. At some point, it's got to be a must. And that's where you see is also as a family member, you can't do it for someone else. You might want your loved one to quit smoking, or you might want them to do this or that, but you can't do it for them. It's got to come from with them. It's got to be a must.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
So you're right. Almost, those catastrophic events can be equated almost like hitting rock bottom. And that just
it was a turning point.
Yep, you got to just bounce back.
Like in my family right now, I have a niece that lost both her feet from diabetes. My mom lost a toe last year. I have one brother. His diabetes is out of control, and I try to talk to them about eating healthier, how you can reverse it, how you can change it through your diet, but they still won't listen. So what can I really do?
Right.
I have to focus on the ones who want to listen, like Eric Lamar.
Yeah.
Smith.
He's doing a great job, by the way.
Man. Yeah, he done lost 43 pounds now.
Yeah.
And we just got through working out a little while ago. And he following the program. And he started to really get it. And I'm telling you, he's doing some amazing things.
It's amazing when you follow the rules how things work out.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell my boxers that all the time.
Yeah, Ray, you work with boxers, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But you work with some of the better known boxers as well.
Yes.
In Tampa Bay. When we tease that a little bit, we're coming into our next break. But some of the guys you work with down there.
Oh yeah.
What's some of the names?
Winky Wright, I was one of his trainers. Jeff Left Hook Lacey. A a guy named Mario Jones, Nate Campbell, former IBF lightweight champion, the oldest lightweight champion ever. He won at the age 36.
Wow.
I don't cook for people. I do chef work sometimes for Keith One-Time Thurman, who's fighting a fight on CBS. That's going to be June 25th on CBS.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So a little tease for you. We're going to talk a little boxing and come back and hear more from Michael as well, back in health massage. And I think we've got an offer coming up as well. And more from Curt Lorden. We're going to get an update on the market, things happening in the mortgage market and finance market from Curt Lorden, Interlinc Mortgage here in Tampa Bay. And stay with us. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes, Intelligent Talk Radio. Some intelligent folks here in studio with me today, live from iHeartRadio here in beautiful South Tampa, Florida. We're here every day, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on 1250 Winds, WHNZ. Also syndicated on Sunday mornings. We're on 102.5 The Bone, 7 a.m. on Sunday mornings. And you can check out all of our repurposed material on YouTube as well. Over 75 show partners now associated with the Real Estate Quarterback Show and the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we all want to help you win in any marketplace. The goal of our show, eight or nine different types of attorneys with different types of law specializations that we cover, solar technologies, LED lighting, estate sales, you name it, we have that expert contributor for you that can help you. And if not, we want to be that turnkey solution. We want to quarterback these introductions to the finest folks in Tampa Bay to help you with whatever you're facing. You know, we don't care if you have $100,000 in debt or if you got $100,000 to invest. We've got everything in between. Michael Lisenko, he's our safe money coach, going to help you with that as well. And shouts out to Captain Will Smith. He's teaching me how to fly up in the friendly skies, getting my pilot license. It's been a little while since I've been up, but we're going to be heading down to Key West here in a few weeks. Go down there and get a $100 cheeseburger down there with Captain Will Smith, and he's going to take us up and teach us how to fly. But he's got half off his Discovery flights right now, so if you're interested in learning how to fly, just another one example of our expert contributors, Captain Will Smith, Tampa Executive Airport Vision Aviation. And I got a couple of hot listings I want to tell you about here. I got a hot new listing over at 5722 Tanagerside Road in Lithia. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath property listed at $465,000, and it's Live the Fishhawk lifestyle in Fishhawk's Parkside Village without the high CDD or HOA fees. So beautiful property, some interesting background on the HOA fees. I'll tell you about that. And we also have 414 South Royal Palm Way in Tampa. This is my favorite listing in a long time. Now, this is a beautiful beach park property, and it is a historical style home, 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 2 half bath, over 4,800 square foot living, and it's a beach park home here in beautiful South Tampa, listed at $1.27 million. The owners are motivated, large backyard, beautiful estate style pool, and a great place to live, work, and play here in sunny Tampa Bay.
No shoes, no shirt, and no problem.
All right, so let's go ahead and let's switch gears. Let's talk with Curt here for a minute. Let's get an update on the mortgage market, things happening with the Fed. You know, will they raise the rates? Will they not? I think, you know, this deep into the election cycle, probably not before December. What's your thoughts?
Well, first off, that beach park property is gorgeous. I've been in it several times, so that's a beautiful property. But, spending a couple days out in Alabama with absolutely no internet service, I had to scrape through hundreds of articles of what's going on in the mortgage market. There's a lot of outside pressure for the Fed to raise rates in June.
Yeah.
I really don't think she's going to, because every time they say she doesn't. And you're absolutely right. This deep in election year, although the Fed chair should not be influenced by politics, obviously it appears, or allegedly, it is. Yeah. So rates really have stayed about the same. They haven't moved. It's been a very unexciting couple of weeks in the mortgage market. They're lower than they've been in the past 24 months. So again, we keep preaching this every time we're on the radio. Now is the time to buy. Now is the time to sell.
That's right.
Now is the time to refinance if you're not in a position, and make sure that if you're listing your home, you do things that don't turn off buyers. Make sure you don't have loudly painted walls. Mm-hmm. If you have wallpaper, take it down. If you have a converted bedroom or a converted garage, unconvert it and put it back to its original use. If you have pets, eliminate every sign of that pet. Mm-hmm. All of those things can deter buyers. And it's a couple, maybe $1,500 of out-of-pocket expense to convert all of that stuff and repaint and do this, that, and the other. But you're going to get top dollar for your house, because the people that come into your home, they're buying their future home, not your pre-existing home. So you want to give them almost that blank canvas so they can, start building their future memories.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to appeal to all the senses. You got to clean the carpets, make sure there's no smell of those pets. You want to make sure the home is aesthetically pleasing. And I've got to give shouts out to Sarah Shirelli as well. She's our interior designer and home decor partner. She does a great job with her company going in and helping give you that second set of eyes, so to speak. Sometimes a woman's point of view on the interior designing is a little better, from time to time. And she's going to point out the things, that like you were just talking about. If you and right now it really is the time. We're going into June. June is, more real estate is sold in June than any other month in the year, based on trends. And one of the biggest trends is kids getting out of school. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This time right now, obviously with people going out of school or getting out of school, they're going to take that initial vacation. So they want to get a lot of their duties done. So they'll go ahead and buy that house and then go on vacation. If not, you're going to have that little bit of a gap. And we usually see that around August and September, and then it starts picking back up. We're busier than we've ever been. But there's still, even with that, there's still such a lack of inventory. So, agents go out there and do exactly what I did. Beat the streets, go out there, just, raise that awareness, a grassroots effort. Don't be afraid, because there's millennials and this, that, and the other. They want to deal with the internet. They're going to look at those flyers and those door hangers, and they're really going to open their eyes. It just makes sense. So we got to get this inventory up. Right now, builders are pulling permits all over the place because they see an opportunity right now.
That's right. Yeah, housing starts are up. The lack of inventory is a real problem right now in the marketplace. There's very few vacant lots available to build a new home. There are some existing homes that are going to be tearing down. You see the trend happening in South Tampa. And we talked about it before too, as far as and I think it was Alex that was on yesterday's show. He brought up a great point. He said, if you look at Tampa Bay market, Clearwater, St. Pete, Tampa versus the Sarasota, Bradenton market, and the Naples-Fort Myers market in terms of, especially Naples, in terms of the entry-level point and the cost for dollar per square foot on the build and also on the vacant land, there's no better place to be, investing in your future. Our mayors, which we've had all the local mayors on our show here, Bob Buckhorn, St. Petersburg Mayor Rick Kreisman, Clearwater Mayor George Kretikis, they've all been on this show, and they do such a great job of working together promoting Tampa Bay as a region, and you see the effect of that with Amazon coming into East County, numerous employers coming on. We've got a large diversity in jobs, and the lack of a state income tax. So many good things happening here in Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Plus, our medium income. They did a study where the salary that you need to buy a home here is like $42,000 or something along those lines, and the average median income right now I think is $46,000.
Yep.
So we're already, our salaries above that. You start going further south, Bradenton, Fort Myers. I'm from Fort Myers. There really isn't an economy down there. It's mostly touristy. You're not going to have the big corporations located there.
Yep.
If you're not a real estate agent or a doctor and attorney, you're basically going to be working in a restaurant,
service
industry, exactly, or you're retired.
Yeah.
A lot of my parents do real estate down there, and most of their buyers are northerners that come down and buy cash. So there isn't really a first-time home buyer area down there. Here there is, and there's such a growth opportunity. They just knocked an additional 2 houses down on my street, and I'm down by McDill Air Force Base. Domain Homes is like literally taking over all of South Tampa, and it's fantastic because it's pushing the market in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times the investors or the builders, they get a bad rap. Oh, well, they just want to buy it cheap and sell it. But what they do is they come in and they renovate the properties. They're going to add to the infrastructure. They're going to be paying the additional taxes and the additional investment in the upfront costs and putting in the infrastructure. So they're going to beautify a neighborhood in some respects. And I had to remind myself. Also something else that's happening here big in Tampa Bay is obviously the Bolts. Good things happening with Tampa Bay, but also Jeff Bennett, downtown, he's doing the first ever in the United States. He's doing the first ever wellness district. He's talking about wellness in Tampa Bay. And by the way, if you just joined us, you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're having a intelligent roundtable discussion, some real estate, and also some health. We're going to switch gears here to talk back with Michael Vogt, expert massage therapist here in Tampa Bay, and a partner on the Real Estate Quarterback Show, as well as Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul here. So yeah, what else are you guys seeing out there?
It's interesting to me how the word of the day is getting it done. We all want to be able to get our home sold. We want to be able to get things back on the market. We want to be able to get ourselves back into health. We want to be able to eat properly, and there's no better time than right now to get it done.
That's right. Yeah, get off of the island, right?
Absolutely. Someday Isle needs to be right now lane.
Yeah, right now lane. I like it. Yeah, absolutely. So Michael's going to help you take care of your body. And Michael, I've got to give compliments to you, man. As a longtime athlete, I played football, and I'm going through this motion of throwing the ball. I'm a one-sided athlete. If I'm not playing quarterback, I was pitching or playing shortstop or outfield, and so I'm doing the one-sided body as an athlete. That can wreak havoc on your body.
Absolutely. That goes back to what we were talking about muscle balance. Brandon is mainly right-handed, and he does mainly everything on the right side.
Yep.
That makes his right side more contracted and overtight, makes his left side out of balance and needs to be able to come back into balance. That's what we work on with you every week.
Yeah.
We work on the stretching, we work on the massage, and we're trying to be able to find balance for you.
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to give an offer. For the first 5 callers that call your advocacy line, 813-917-1894, I'll give a $20 60-minute massage.
Wow, that's awesome, man. That's a great offer. Got to be a first-time client of Michael with Back In Health Massage located on Gun Highway in Tampa. So go ahead and take him up on that offer for the first 5 listeners who text our Consumer Advocate hotline at 813-917-1894. He's going to give you an introductory 1-hour session for just $20. $20 bill gets you an awesome massage there. And the idea is that you continue to do work with them because it's all about changing the lifestyle, correcting those behaviors. So text massage now to 813-917-1894. 877-1894. And stay with us. The best is yet to come. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show. And this segment is brought to you by Printing Solutions, Inc. Say hello to Greg over at Printing Solutions, Inc. His website is digitalprintingsource.com. Let him know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. He does a great job on Platinum MVP Realties, business cards, flyers, handouts, postcards, any type of marketing materials that you might need. Shout out to Greg with Printing Solutions, Inc., digitalprintingsource.com. And we're here in studio. We're talking with Michael Vogt, expert massage therapist here, Back in Health Massage, voted Best in the Biz Awards by the Tampa Bay Business Journal multiple times. We also have Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul, here in studio as well, talking about things happening on that side of the equation in terms of helping feed your body the right foods, the nutritious foods that you need. And also Curt Lorden, he's the branch manager of Interlinc Mortgage here in Tampa Bay. Local lenders, support the local economy. And great conversation we got going here, Curt.
Yeah, absolutely. And during the break, you mentioned something about a GoFundMe project.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about that.
What's happening right now is I found a couple of locations on Central Avenue where, it's becoming a foodie area over there in St. Pete. And we got these couple of vegan restaurants that popped up, but mine's more health conscious based. And also too, we're going to work with different practitioners and everything. Like we can work with Michael right here. We can have like a massage. We're going to work with yoga instructors. We want to have a restaurant over in St. Pete, and we want to include the whole community, the whole Tampa Bay with it.
Okay, so almost like a mini wellness center / Awesome. Great idea.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, we really need to promote that. They're just promoted throughout the Tampa Bay area. We see so many people getting affected. I was fortunate enough to MC last year's Wine, Women, and Shoes event for the Children's Cancer Center. I've been, over to the center a lot of times, brought my daughter over, and, it happens all too often that we find, malnutrition and cancer happening with children or adults. And, it's something that we need to have a better voice about here in Tampa Bay.
Right. And also you just go to the GoFundMe, Raise Vegan Soul.
Okay.
And you can check it out on there. And it's got a long, a little background about me, what I do, and a little history about my family and where I come from and different things like that.
Yep.
I think you'll find it pretty interesting.
And that's on GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe.
Cool. And then we talked a little about boxing. I think let's come back to that. We talked a little bit about boxing.
Absolutely.
We forgot to talk about that. I remember.
Anyway, I just got to working with Eric Lamar Smith.
Yep.
Him and Crystal Gifford. They do boxing with me like 2 times a week. And then tonight I work with the kids and some of their parents actually joining the class too, because it's to keep the kids motivated, because the workouts could be fun on one part and then kind of a little boring for them on another part. Mm-hmm. So the boxing is going very well, and I work with a lot of people like the Winky Wrights of the world, the Jeff Left Hook Lacey's, the Nate Campbell's. It's just a lot of people I work with and everything, and it's fun.
Cool. Yeah, it's a good way to alleviate stress. I like my buttons. That's the new one there.
That.
Yeah, so a lot of times you can eliminate stress. You go in there, you get the workout in. I went in, a few weeks back, and we were kind of joking about it. I hadn't been back in a while, but I've just been so busy with work. But I love going down there. I love boxing. It's just a great sport. Hitting the mitts and just kind of going through the routines.
Speed bag. You got addicted to the speed bag.
Speed bag. Working the different oblique muscles here in the body. It's great. It's a great workout. I love it. And let's go ahead and enter our lightning round. All right, lightning round. Top consumer tips. Things to do. Things to avoid. Michael Vogt, you're up first, sir.
Don't be afraid to have the front of your body massaged.
There you go.
That's my tip.
Yeah, interior work, right?
Interior muscle work, exactly. Instead of the next time you go get a massage, instead of laying down on your belly, lay down on your back, and let them work the front of your body before they work the back of your body, and see how much better your body feels.
There you go. Great tip, Ray.
Oh, I love that. I got to do that right there. But anyway, don't be afraid of the word vegan, because a lot of people get afraid of the word vegan because they think it don't have flavor. I'm telling you right now, you taste the food, we will hit you with the flavor.
That's right.
With a health
and it
conscious
tastes
base.
good.
And he's not lying.
It tastes good.
We've all three of us here, Curt, Michael, and myself, we've all had the lettuce wrap. Explain that lettuce wrap. That's so awesome.
The taco. The lettuce taco. We use romaine lettuce. We make a walnut and sun-dried tomato meat.
Yeah.
And then after that, we put some different seasonings in there. Then we put some avocados on there. We put some tomatoes. And then we get broccoli slaw, put that on there. Then I put a little lime juice on there. And then I make a cashew sour cream, put that on top. And I'm telling you right now, it's addictive.
That's good.
It tastes so good.
Yeah.
It tastes so good.
Yeah, Michael, we had one that we shared a plate that day, and it was so good, man.
Oh, it was so good. And to believe that it was good for me too, and it tastes that good.
Right.
You can't beat that, and you don't find that very many places either.
Right. That's the key right there.
I hope people will go to Ray's GoFundMe account, because we need more brick and mortar places like that where I can go and get that food.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we deliver.
Yeah, and he delivers, and he can set you up on a meal plan like he does with me. Meet up a couple times a week, drops me some food. That way I have fresh food. It's in my vehicle with me. I'm so thankful about that. As coming out of an appointment, instead of running to go through one of these fast food joints, boom, it's right there in my seat right next to me. Pull it out. Find a nice shady tree or something. Have my own lunch right there.
And I can't wait till this week, because I don't know what your schedule like. But you got to taste. I asked Eric Lamar about the butter bean patty.
Oh, okay.
I make a coconut syrup mustard.
Nice.
I make a coconut syrup mustard. It's awesome.
I love it, man. I love it.
Awesome.
And it's butter beans?
Butter beans.
Oh, I love butter beans.
I want to remind you can reach out in multiple ways. You got a hotline out there you can call in at 813-917-1894. You can call or text that number. And if you want to take Michael up on an offer for massage, text massage. If you want to talk to Ray more, have a conversation about his meal plans, text Health Chef. And if you want to talk to Curt about maybe looking at a refinance or working some of your debt on your mortgage side, go ahead and text into that hotline, and we'll put you in touch with them. It's there's no risk, no charge consultation. Sit down and learn a little bit more, do a phone consult, and find out more about how you can improve your situation and help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
So yeah, a lot of good things happening in Tampa Bay. We're real excited about the growth of the show. We got a party out there, by the way, extending an invitation on the 21st. Saturday is the pool party for the Real Estate Quarterback Show and our sister brand, the Consumer Quarterback Show. We want to invite you as well. Come on over to the pool there at Hula Bay. We're going to have a pool party. We're going to be bringing boats up. Freedom Boat Club's going to have. I'm going to have a boat there from Freedom. We're going to have lots of food and some good fellowship amongst our partners and everybody there at the show. Going to have a lot of fun. So bring any questions that you might have as well. We want to help answer your questions and put you in contact with some of the best professionals in Tampa Bay. So, Curt, what else are you seeing on your side, man?
Well, one of the things that we're seeing is, we're seeing a lot of people now not getting pre-approved and going into contract on a house. We actually just turned down 4 clients, this past week. Wow. That they just handed us a contract. We've never spoke to them. So they unfortunately went through, they got the inspections, this, that, and the other, and we can't do this. So make sure you're getting pre-approved at least, preferably 6 months before you're looking to buy. Yep. That gives you enough time to fix any mistakes that you have, or for us to go through and kind of give you the do's and don'ts. And it might take you, nowadays, it might take you 90 days to find the home that fits you. I had a client that looked at 75 different homes before she finally wrote a contract.
Jeez. Wow.
So could you imagine being that buying agent? She wasn't pre-approved, and he showed her 75 homes.
Yeah. Where did they see 75 homes?
All over the place. All over the place. From Pinellas to Brandon to all over the place.
Waste of time.
Yeah, big waste of time. And that's what gets me sometimes is people are so disrespectful. In some cases, not our listeners obviously, but some of the folks out there, they don't really have. A care in terms of wasting a real estate professional's time.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's on the professional too. It's on the real estate agent to find out. Hey, number one, are you pre-approved or paying cash? If so, show me the approval.
Mm-hmm.
If show me your proof of funds. But let's face it, it's not that hard to get a real estate license. There's a lot of good realtors out there, and there's a lot of average realtors out there. And if that button offends you, then you're probably which side you're on. So, but it's one of those professions where, Curt, the entry level is not that hard. And I see so many times, just bad advice floating around out there, man.
All the time. And, it's one of those things where you come out of real estate school, you're 100% commission, you probably spent some money to get your license.
Yep.
You get a client that wants to buy a house, and you get so excited. It's like that Tommy Boy scene where he's grabbing the biscuit, and he's like, I'm so excited for my sale. And, you just go and you show them a bunch of houses, but you don't actually educate them. You don't ask them what they want, what they need, what their short-term, long-term goals are. So if you're a new agent out there and you want to work with a great lender that will help you get to that next level, that's what I do. I love working with new agents.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to get burnt out in 6 months, a year down the road because you haven't closed a loan, because you're not doing any of the right things in order, to get those closings and work with those great buyers.
Yeah. And Curt and Corey over at Interlinc Mortgage, they've got a great educational suite. They've got resources that they can help you, with that, so they can help you get on track. So reach out to Curt as well. All of our expert contributors are listed at realestateradiotampa.com. Just click on the expert contributors tab. I want to thank Michael Vogt, expert massage therapist here in Tampa Bay, Back in Health Massage. I want to thank Ray Milton, Ray's Vegan Soul, and Curt as well for filling in co-host today. And another great